And can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? All right, great. And a couple more clicks and we'll be good to go. There's that. And let's do this. Actually, let's do that. There we go. Okay. One more. Okay. Great. All right. Let's expand. All right, let's bow in. Show my knee. Hey. Hey. O願いします。はい。Stretch up, turn. Other side. Leaning back and turn. Other side. Toes the toes. Right. Legs wide. Right. Toes. Other side. Down the center. And turn. Other side. And down the center. Feet together. Alright, pull yourself towards the feet. cage. Other side. Loosen the ankles. Stretch the toes. Other way. Lengthen them. Widen them. And some massage. Shake it out. And another foot. Other way. Alternate. Stretch the toes. Other way. Lengthen them. Open them up. And massage. Shake it out. On your stomach. Side. Other side. Alternate. Child's pose. To the side. Other side. And drop a shoulder. Other shoulder. Roll the arm. Roll the other arm. Downward dog. And one leg up. Other leg. And salamander. Other side. And squatting. Up. Loosen the knees. Other way. And alternate. Alright, touch toes. Bend the knees. Touch toes again. Toes and knees out. Up again. Legs wide. Other side. Drop the shoulder. Other shoulder. And alternate. All the way down. Other side. My feet together. I scoop it up. Again. Roll the head, stretch the neck, other way, and side to side, and side to side. Hands up and woven, kind of weave your hands. Click one more thing here. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. Forward, stretch to the outside. Make sure that you stretch the hands up as you stretch in this turn as well. Flip side again. And again. Right. And then this one. Like Yonkyo. Yonkyo again. And still sort of Yonkyo. Yonkyo. Kotegaishi. Kotegaishi. And Sankyo. Other side, Sankyo. And this one. Other side. Switch again. And switch again. Shake it out. Big one. Left foot forward, right foot 65 degrees. Shoulder blades towards each other and shoulders down. Hey, hey, ho, 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 hey, ho. Right, left foot 65, front foot 4 steps forward, right. Shoulders down. Hey ho, 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 hey ho. All right. And I think I'd like to do a little bit more of Yonkyo, and I can't remember whether you were in the class when I did this this pressure point, exploring this pressure point here. You were in that class? A thumbs up for yes? Yeah, okay, I thought so. So it'll be a little bit of a review, but still hopefully interesting. So let's get our Joe to start that off. All right. So we'll just run through Ikkyo, Nikkyo, Sankyo and work our way towards Yonkyo. And just for the sake of review, we want to make sure to let this deflect upward. So especially when this actually is an arm attached to a human, we oftentimes want to just push it away like this. But if we deflect it upward, then we've got a nice opening to go to. Yeah, because then their arm goes like this. So this is like big green light here. Okay, so deflect it up, right? And sorry, my footwork was messed up on that one. Deflect up and step forward with the same side foot at the same time. Cut down, step with the other foot. And we can think about the breath also. As we deflect up, we can inhale. Exhale on the cut. And if you want to take it to the pin, that's fine too. And I'll give you the straight ahead view. Yeah. Take it to the pin, the body naturally turns at least a little bit. Yes, yes, yes. Looks really good. Oh, great posture. Beautiful, beautiful. There you go. Yeah, great. Okay, then different from last time, let's also add ura now. I think we came back for it later, maybe. We'll add ura now. So we step in and turn the body on the cut. Okay, so omote, we were just keeping the body going forward on the cut. And then we turned a little bit like this once this arm was down here, this our partner's arm. But now for ura, we deflect up. And now we turn under our partner's armpit. Okay, and then the pin. And when you started at Utada Sensei's dojo, you might have done. I can't believe I forgot Tenkang. You might have done Tenkang on this entrance, stepping here and then taking this foot here, right? So their partner's arm is here, and then Tenkang. AKI, we usually don't do Tenkang. Yes, that's how we do it usually. So here, we step in, and we just leave our feet there. But USAF and I think Yoshinkan, on that turn, they would take this foot back here to be Tenkan. But we usually do Zengo Giri. Cool. Then an interesting nuance that you can do. Instead of stepping in here and being next to your partner's arm and cutting it down, you can deflect it up and imagine that their arm passes over the top of your head as you turn. Yes, nice. If you could pull that off, and I'm usually smaller than my partners. You're pretty tall, so unless you're training with Chris, it's going to be a real challenge. But anyway, me being oftentimes smaller than my partner, if I bend my knees a lot here, this arm goes right up over me. And I turn under it, and you can extend this arm that's at their elbow, and they go sailing upwards. It's really uprooting for them. So Yeah, so we step in and let the hips lead. Yeah, nice. Just let the jaw go right over your head and bend your knees to, yes. One more point. Let me explain. It's the same point, but explained a little differently. So deflect up and this foot. And then when this back foot goes in for the entrance, try going in really, really low. Okay. So don't get under this arm just by deflecting high. Combine that high deflection with a low entrance, with your knees really bent, and then pivot. Hands go high, knees go low, or hips go low, however you like to imagine it. Yes, that one was nice. That one was nice too, but this one even better. Yes, 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 yes. And so we want as much as possible for this Joe to stay on a straight line over my head. And where we get into trouble doing Aikido with humans is when we try to push their arm this way or that way. Yeah. And so that's why you can envision having this go straight on this straight line as you move under it. Just a little bit more. Yes. Okay, let's do Nikkyo. First omote. Deflect up, cut down, let it roll around the back of your thumb. Yes, beautiful. Yes. Yes. And take note of your body position. We want, let's see. Yeah, so you should be in such a position and have your hands in such a place that the jaw is slightly inside your leg, not all the way over here, but also not in the same line as your leg. Right here. This on this center line. Yeah. Good. On the center line is where the jaw should be. Yeah, nice. Okay, and then we'll try Ura. Boy, my vocabulary's gone. So same beginning as Ura Ikkyo. And then we've got the, we let it roll over our thumb. And here we usually do take a step backward into Tenkan. In other words, we usually do Tenkan. Yeah, because then it matches up with the position. All right, let me do it from here. So if I deflect up, I step in, and then I turn Zengo Giri. If I don't take that step backwards, my feet are the wrong way. So if I do Tenkan, then my feet are in position. I'll do it from the side again. Up, down. And I actually, that was a bit contrived. I delayed my Tenkan step. So this time I'll do it more natural way. So as you're cutting down, you finish your Tenkan. So go when you're ready. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, no reason to delay the ending of the Tenkan. Yes. Nice. Still have a little bit of a delay in the footwork, so you can get rid of that now. It's the same as it's the same as when we did B style. We stepped forward and then Tenkan. So it's similar to that. No need to delay it now that you've got everything in place. Yes. Exactly. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. Then one more point. I'm not quite sure if you're doing this anyway, but it's always a good thing to keep in mind. So, and I'll start from here, come to think of it. Oftentimes for Nikkyo, people cut, they cut this cut short. They cut it short, this here. They go for wrapping the thumb around too soon. And especially for Ura, they do. So make sure that your cut is full, complete. And at the end of it, this wraps around. Don't try to be wrapping around up here. Just cut it down, and there it is. Go when you're ready. Up, cut down all the way. A complete cut. God. Especially when you're with another human instead of a stick. That'll really be evident. Check your front foot at the end of your turn. Make sure you're not doing ballet. And can you try a couple of them for me, starting out with your back to the camera, please? Then I can get a better idea of one thing that I want to see. Okay, so let's make that cut even more complete. Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully, oh, there we go. Good. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, nice. Much better. And another thing, Ben, um, normally we wouldn't have to think about it, but since it's Zoom and since we're not training with a human, we have to think about these things. One of the things that's a little bit sticky, I think, is simply because you're holding it here, which is a natural place to hold it. But if you try holding it a little bit up here, farther up here, I think you can really get this full cut a little bit better, and the roll around will, I think, make more sense. If your hand's all the way out here when you try to roll it around, it's tough. So try that. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. A couple more, and then it's going to really fall into place. Yeah, that one actually was better. Yeah, that was better than the other side, even though it got a little bit funky there at one moment. Just a couple more. Yes. Nice. Okay. Then let's move on to Sankyo. So we deflect up, we cut down, and then I think in the class that you had, I mentioned how the attacker comes in, and especially an experienced attacker, they take the force, the deflection in their knee and their lower back, and this ends up the palm of their hand ends up towards you. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. 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 In fact, let's practice that a little bit. So I take my hand blade towards my partner's forehead. They deflect it up. And what happens when somebody's new at Aikido, they're tight everywhere. And then when this gets cut down, they just turn like this, which is martially not very good. You hurt your elbow also, but you expose your kidneys, everything. So martially, it doesn't make sense. Or social communication doesn't make sense. It's like ignoring the person you're talking to. So anyway, and also it doesn't leave you with the chance of a volley, right? Just like conversation, right? So if you use your back leg, let that back knee really bend, and let your back also bend. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And as much as possible, we try to keep our belly button facing our partner. So we can just imagine it a few times. We walk up to the camera, reach for the forehead, but then they deflect, bend, and keep. It's actually not the belly button, it's the hummy line. We keep the hummy line facing the camera. And then it would take us into the pin. Or the other side. Yeah. Yes, keep the hummy line there. Because keeping the hummy line is what gives you the opportunity to reply. If they lose their focus, then you can reverse it. You're throwing them suddenly. So a few times, over and over here. Other side. Yeah. Yeah. And I can't see your feet, but make sure that you've got them a good distance apart. If your feet are like this, it's hard to do that. And you'll end up just sort of toppling over pretty easily. So we'll come towards the partner, reach out, and yeah, 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 nice. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Great. Okay. So that's who we're training with. That person that you saw on your screen doing that, that's who we're training with. So we deflect up, then the arm drops like this with the elbow up here. We take the fingers, let go with the top hand, take the meat of the hand, and bring it back to here. And we shift the weight. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, good. Or other side. Deflect, cut. Yes. So, and this is up right around chest level. Yeah. Good. Let me check the time here. Yeah, all right. And one more thing, after this shifting back, and by the way, shifting back here, that's when my partner would be here, going, turning this way, avoiding the pain. So we'll do this shifting back, and then let's envision throwing them into a big forward roll. Okay. Of course, we could do a pin as well, but for Zoom, it's a little easier to imagine a big throw. And also, it ties right in with Yonkyo. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Make it just like these cuts that you've been doing, right from the hip. Yes, and the hip. Yeah, nice. Yes. Yeah, good. And then, just so that you're familiar with it, let's try some where we step back. Here. Here, we take the hands and the fingers, and then we move this forward foot back. This is actually, I've seen Numata Sensei do this, and then he corrects himself, well, changes himself to do this. So this is probably the one that we see in the books or whatever. This is the beginner basic way, but we Yudansha often bring this foot back. But you can imagine then how much farther our partner goes. So we've got the hand here, our partner's in this position, which, you know, it can cause a lot of pain. If we take this foot back even more, then our partner needs to run even further back. So it's very powerful and dangerous. But good for you to know. From this side, you can learn it on Zoom. And then if you've got somebody who does that when they're throwing you, which I might actually, then you'll know that, like, now you're here and now you start to move backwards, running backwards. But if your partner goes that, then you really have to move all the more. So go for it. When you're ready, you can do some by moving that foot. And then it moves forward again for the throw. Flick up, down, the hands, back. Yes, 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 yes. Very nice. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then we'll do ura. Same entrance. In here. So in ura, the footwork, we again do tenkan and shift back and shift forward. Yeah, yeah. Tenkan, shift back, shift forward. I'll do it starting from here so you get the other view. Lift up, tenkan, shift back, shift forward. Uh-huh. Yeah. Very nice. You need to do tenkan. That's why your hands felt like they were on the wrong side, because they were on the wrong side. Yes. Yeah. There you go. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. And maybe what will help too, I think you already have a sense for which side is correct, but something that'll help you get even more confident and get that the side correct earlier is as you're coming up under that, this is the hand that's going to take the fingers. Okay, it's not going to take the wrist or the tegata, the tegatana, the meat of the hand. It's going to come all the way to the fingers. So if you just then think of the fact that you're holding your partner's fingers, that could help you to know which side. And then to clarify further, the hand that's holding the fingers goes to the opposite side of the chest. So yeah. Yep. So this one's going to grab the fingers, which means that then it's going to come to the opposite side of the chest. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, then let's set the weapon to the side for a moment and just refresh your memory. So this knuckle against usually either the tendon or right next to the tendon of the thumb side. Not over here usually. Okay. Some people are super sensitive to it. Other people, you swear you have the right spot, but they're just saying nothing's happening. But yeah, you can feel it in your own wrist. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. Tilt my screen better so I can see you better. Uh-huh. And just driving that knuckle through. Like that. Yep. Other side. And remember, if the index finger is too tight, then the knuckle can't drive its way through. So the index finger has to be somewhat loose to drive that through. And you can think about your hand kind of being this shape. So we want a little bit, this is as much as my hand can do it, a little bit of an angle here. And that knuckle pushes in. And it should feel kind of, yeah, okay. I was just about to say it, and then I saw the expression on your face, like, whoa. If I didn't say so at the class that you joined, this is some sort of acupuncture point. So it's one of those freaky, kind of weird pain. If done correctly, it should be a weird kind of pain that when you stop, it feels okay. If it still hurts afterwards, or it hurts your bone or something like that, then that's just bullying. So somebody bullied you. But if it's this, if it's done right, it'll feel kind of a freaky, weird pain, and then it'll be okay when you let go. Yeah. Okay. So then let's actually get the sword. And let's review the grip of the sword. And now this is a bit contrived, a bit forced, but just for the heck of it, let's push that knuckle into the top of the sword. Normally we just set that knuckle on top of the sword, but this time let's actually kind of push it. This isn't, a legitimate sword technique or anything like that, but just imagine that this is somebody's wrist. The spot that you just pushed on your own wrist, now that is somebody's wrist we're working with. You can even hold the bottom differently if you want. But anyway, there it is, pushing against the sword. And then let's review also this idea that the right hand, so we can only practice this concept with the right hand because that's how we hold the sword. We don't hold it this way. So we hold it with the right hand at the top. But anyway, yes, exactly. It's exactly where I was going, is that this concept or this principle that the right hand does not move. It stays exactly where it is. And while it's staying exactly where it is and the left hand is doing this seesaw, see how that feels against your knuckle, your right index knuckle. That's what it's seesawing against. That's the fulcrum, is this knuckle. Yeah. Yeah. Just take note of how that feels against your right index knuckle. Okay, and then let's do a little bit of kesagiri, but still keep our attention on how that right knuckle feels. So we still want to do this sort of seesaw to start out with. Back foot is straight, but then as we cut, that back heel drops down, taking the back foot to 65 degrees. And we want to go no further than hammi center line. We don't want to end up in irimi center line. Hammi center line. Okay? So Let's see, would it make sense if we do it on the left? Yeah. You can do right, left, but it'll make the most sense for what we're doing next, Yonkyo, when you do the right side cuts. But feel free to do right and left. Very nice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Keep taking note of that knuckle. All right, let's put the swords down. Get Joel again. Okay. Okay, then Yonkyo. So, and as I said, some people, this pressure point is in a different spot from other people. And also, some people are super sensitive and some people aren't. So you can't, plus, plus the philosophy of Aikido is not to hurt people, to move them, but move with them, not hurt them. So even if you did want to hurt them, you can't count on it really because it's moving different places, different sensitivity levels. So it's this idea of cutting comes into play. So we cut down. Again, we take the fingers, we disengage with this top hand, we sink back, and then we drive the knuckle through. And it should feel just like kesagiri. It's the same line, and the knuckle does the same thing. Everything is the same. Yonkyo is such a difficult, people have so much trouble with it because usually they just try to create pain in somebody's wrist. And oftentimes they end up like twisting the person's skin on the wrist, or they end up like pressing on the sides of the bone. All of that stuff hurts, but it doesn't move your partner. And it's a hurt that hurts afterwards too. So we want to move the partner, and also we're moving them by this pressure point. Yes, 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 yes. And of course, what we do with the person's wrist is very different from Sankyo, but the hands are in almost the same position. Body is doing the same thing for the throw of it. Of course, the pins are very different for Sankyo and Yonkyo. But if we do this big throw out of it, then out of Sankyo, then it's the same as when we do this big movement for Yonkyo. It wasn't the greatest explanation. But anyway, for Yonkyo, after this cut, then they're still here with us. And then we do a pin as well. Whereas Sankyo, we just throw them into a huge roll. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes. Continue. Okay. Yes, nice. Very nice. Let me see. Yeah, continue. And let me see if there's a way to teach the pin on Zoom. Pretty difficult to teach the pin. To properly teach the pin on Zoom, I need for there to be a joint here in the Joe, because their elbow bends, and then we keep this grip, but now the forearm is going this way, so it's easy with the grip, and we bend this front knee so that we extend their elbow, so their arm goes here and then bends around our shin. Pretty tough on Zoom with a Joe. Last one or two. Yes. Yep. All right. So let's keep the Joe, and let's sit down right away. And our usual finish. So just feel the Joe on your forearms. Imagine contact, human contact. Set it to the side. Center. And expand. Gasho. Hey, let's bow out. Shoman knee. Hey. Hey. Arigatou gozaimashita. All right. Good to see you as usual.
Good to see you too.
The year's off to a good start.
So far, so good. Yeah, can't complain.
Yeah. Same here. Same here.
Good.
Cool. Well, that's the one thing I thought of. This is called gasho. I realized when I did it that I'm not saying the Japanese word. Since we switched to Zoom, I'm not saying gasho, but anyway. And the translation is, I think it's the ga that is the same as I for Aikido, coming together and joining. And sho is hands. So it just means palms together. Yeah. In fact, I think sho is palm specifically. Can't remember if it's hand or palm. So here's your, when I lived in Japan, they would have like a minute or two on the radio where they would like give people one phrase in English, and they always called it 1 point lesson. So, like how to say good morning or something. So that's your Japanese 1 point lesson.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Anyway, sure. So yeah, you've already heard my announcements over and over. So that's it, I think. And Sasha, do you remember Sasha?
I think so,
She's
yeah.
back. So yeah, so you might be seeing her on Zoom sometime soon, hopefully.
Excellent.
So yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
Very cool.
All right. So see you next week, or
Yeah, I probably
Tuesdays.
won't be able to make tomorrow,
Okay.
but yeah, I will
Got it.
keep an eye on the
Got
schedule
it.
for sure. Yeah. Otherwise, see you
You're
next
the
week.
Tuesday guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Or the Tuesday person.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Guy works for it.
Yeah.
Guy is also I use it gender neutrally too. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too. Thank
Cool.
you.